Yeah, let's get lit tonight. Let me see your hands wave from side to side. If you're money high grade and you feel the vibes.
What's going on, guys? Man, I'm back here for another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the top 8 meta decks. Now, you could say it's like less, but to me, I've been going on a lot of DB, looking at a lot of Unlimited, watching people play like the new format, and to me it seems like it's more than just like 3 decks, 4 decks, 5 decks. Like, it seems like it's an 8 deck race, unfortunately. Like, I guess not unfortunate, but like it's weird because it's like it's such a diverse format to be a format where we can't even really play. We're limited to playing online unless you like have a friend group that like plays at like a local person's home. But I'm gonna go to the top 8 decks and let's just get it popping. So number 8. Number 8 is going to be Salomon Great. What can I say? It does the same thing over and over again, and it can kill you by turn 2. Like, if you, Jesse Cotton, I think he was talking about Salad, and he talked about how the problem he had with Salad is getting out of, like, turn 1. Like, if he made it to his second turn, he said if he thought the deck was, like, really good if he can get to turn 2. So, like, that's like a big thing with Salad, is like once it makes it to turn 2, it probably is gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? Also, the ban list, it didn't touch nothing. It didn't hit nothing in that list. It is what it is. Also, with Master Rule 5, I think that gets like a lot better. It's like little small things people don't notice. Like, for instance, if you make Sunlight Wolf and Dweller, you no longer have to put the Dweller in the Sunlight Wolf. So now you don't have to, if your opponent doesn't destroy Dweller, you don't have to feel some type of way about your Jaguar not being able to get to the Sunlight Wolf, or hope that your other zone's open to like reincarnate. Like, you have like the free zone already there, and then you don't have to waste like more resources. So like, I think that's like a little small cool thing about Salomon Great. And moving on to number 7. Number 7 is going to be Scrap Orcas. Although the deck did lose heart, I'm not even going to say it didn't. It still has a strong like 1 card combo with Scrap Recycler. Scrap Recycler able to get the scrap get the scrap package going, and being able to keep bringing back Recycler to like get into the Orcas stuff is like really strong, really strong. And but like, yes, it's not nearly as strong as like some of the other decks, and that's why it's at number 7 versus being at like number like 3 or 4. But it can like have quite a few interruptions on your opponent's turn. You can get things like Babble and make Galatae like super strong by recycling your resources while getting cards out the deck, like Babble, the Trap, as well as the draw card. And not to mention, Ding can get back like your machine monsters, and then you can just reset them up for when you have Babble on your opponent's turn, making cards like IP and having like really strong IP plays. Because like, if your opponent just tries to enter battle and attack, like, you can just bring out Ding, and then like Ding just like send it. And then if they try to make something happen in main phase 2, you can just always like make a unicorn and just spin. And like, I think like the fact that it has like interrupts still, and it's still really consistent. It's like consistent, inconsistent. It's weird to say that, but like I think it's one of those decks that you're gonna see a good amount of it. Also, the fact they can play Union Carrier, and it can equip the Buster guy, and that's a whole nother thing. So that's that. Moving on to deck number 6. So at number 6, we have SheDolla. The list for SheDolla literally hit nothing. Like, nothing. Like, SheDolla is pretty much the same. I think SheDolla is like, SheDolla may have been I can't speak. SheDolla may have been the deck on this list that actually got better. Master Rule 5 is going to let people, especially from the extra deck, more frequently, and they want to put cards underneath like links, like the way they put cards wherever. And because of that, I think SheDolla Fusion just gets like stupid powerful. It reminds me of like back in the day, like 2015, when like you just put something in the main master zone and then bam, you get hit with the SheDolla Fusion and you're just sick. Like now, people are gonna be trying to make plays and stuff, and then SheDolla Fusion's gonna be able to just like send stuff to like deal with whatever the opponent has set up, and that's why I think SheDolla is really strong. Like also, When to Pass is really strong, and I do not want to be on the side of When to Pass when I'm playing combo. So, and moving on to number 5. So at number 5 we got Dino. Dino is probably one of the scariest decks on this list, just because it's okay with going first and second. It doesn't mind losing a die roll. Like it's cool if you lose a dice roll and your opponent wants to go first. Like sometimes you don't even want to win the die roll because you don't want to give yourself that like put yourself in like show your hand almost to what you're playing. Like you want your opponent just to like pick like, oh, I'll go first. And you're just like, okay, bet. I'm going second. I'm about to body him. Also, Dino's really strong at playing all the best side deck cards in the main deck. Like if you look at the Dino engine's not very big, so like it can withstand all the side deck cards in the main deck. So when you look at the side deck is very specific for different matchups. So that's why I think another thing about the Dino deck just makes it so strong is how versatile it is. Having all these extra cards for very specific moments and matches. As well as, what are you doing to stop Ultimate Conductor, Tyranno? Like, you just made your board with 5 monsters. Oh, this is cute. Drop Ultimate Conductor, attack every single one of them. I believe that's game. Moving on to number 4. With number 4, we got Zodiac. With the return of Trident, people are going crazy. It's almost like 2017 all over again. Like, people are going nuts. Like, I'm telling you, people are feeling like, man, like, I'm killing it. I'm just going back. It's so cool to see like how nostalgic this deck is, even though it's only like a few years old, and how much people loved it. Because I remember when the deck before it got hit like it did, people didn't dislike the deck. The format was just stale. Like even after the deck finally got hit, people missed the deck immediately because the deck was really a strong deck, and it really showed the good players. It really showed the great players from the good players. Like, the deck was really skill intensive, and something I've learned about Zoo that I'm sure some have and others have, but a lot of new players may not have, is that, man, Zoo can withstand engines. Like, they play with Infernalists, and I know what you're going to say, well, yeah, it was grass. Grass is greener, though. Yeah, I understand that. But, like, they also play with Kaijus. Like, they also play with Draco. Draco's another engine they can play with. That's pretty cool. Even though Diagram and Barrage are at 1, it's still just something to think about. And you can also always just play with traps and make it like a stun build. I mean, this deck is literally protect the castle. Like, you are protecting Trident to your fullest ability. So, like, I can see any of those, like, solutions being played just to, like, protect Trident at all costs. Especially traps. Moving on to number 3. With number 3, so I just want to say this before you guys see what number 3 is. But 3, 2, and 1 were very hard to place in order because it was very minute things that like made me like place them in like different orders. Like it was gameplay I seen, and things that the decks could do versus going first and second. Like you could argue that second and third could be swapped, and if you said that, I would be like, you know what, you're right. But like I said, number 3 is Mermail. It's a 1-card engine. You already know Diva's back at 3. The Diva, the main chick, she's out here just saying, oh yeah, let me get that out the deck. It's It's just ridiculous. Like, you're able to search out your whole deck pretty much turn one. You're able to, like, just pick cards out of your opponent's hands with cards like Moon Glacier, Omega, and then you're able to just make Needle Fiber. And then Needle Fiber makes Locust, and then Locust picks a card. So that's 4 cards going out your opponent's hand. Not to mention, you can make cards like Abyss. You can make cards like Totally Awesome. Like, you can even make cards like IP that have another interruption. Like, the deck is ridiculous if you really think about it. Union Carrier is something you can make if you wanted to, and equip a buster to it. So now your opponent can't even hit the extra deck. Like, this deck has so much capability that it could have easily been 2 or even 1. And also, the craziest thing about this deck is that it can go second. Like, this deck wanted to go second for a long time. Like, it easily went second and just distributed stuff in Megalo double attack. So, like, it can easily go second and just use the Atlanteans to pop stuff and just go crazy. So, like I said, it can easily be second. But at number 2, got Pendulums. Now, with the addition of, like, Selene and Needle Fire, this deck just became ridiculous. Like, you went from, like, oh man, okay, I think I'm gonna make this board, or I hope I'm gonna do this, but now with those cards, it's like, I know I'm gonna do this. Like, and when you think about it, the fact that you're only using 3 cards because 2 cards have to be in the pendulum scale, and they have to be cards that are the right pendulum scales to make sure that you can, like, make your board is pretty intense and pretty crazy to me. Like that deck is just insane. Like, I watched the Pendulum player, and he just had like 2 Mighty Masters. I think 2 Mighty Masters on the field, a Jackal King, a Vortex, and a Selene with an extra spot that can get back another Mighty Master. And I was just like, what in the actual, like that's just so crazy to think, like, man, like, you could do all this off of, like, just those 3 cards. Like, and the deck can go second too. Like, the deck can literally just drop boss monsters and just boom you. Like you can literally put Mighty Master in the scale and just like literally just like token, boom, and blow the field. Like, that's crazy to me. Like this deck is so ridiculous. Like, it didn't really need anything else, but they just chose to give it. They said, hey, we're gonna give you things just because. And I'm moving on to the number 1 deck. The number 1 deck is Rockets. Now, some people may not agree with this. It did lose to SheDolla, but SheDolla's more of an extender. But I think Rockets is one of those decks that, if you're good at thinking and figuring out puzzles, it's going to be for you. Like, if you look at, like, a lot of the great players who are playing right now, they're playing the Rocket deck. And it's no coincidence that they're doing that, because it can abuse the best cards in the game. Like, the best. So, like, why wouldn't you play it? Like it's literally ridiculous. 1 card combos. Every card it searches or adds is pretty much an extender that it searches or adds. Like, the deck has cards that does this, that wants you to add the extenders. Like, they have a themed E-Telly. Like, hello? Like this deck is just ridiculous. Like, and now, even against trap decks, like, they just make the Unchained Abomination and Boral Savage, and they start negating stuff and popping stuff. And because they negated someone, Boral Savage is destroyed, now you get to pop a card. And then at the end phase, you get to pop a card. So now, even, like, the trap decks are like, well, man, I can set 3 cards, but you could potentially pop 3 cards on my turn. So, like, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, guys, this deck is just literally like, insane. I think this is by far the best deck. I ain't gonna say by far, but I think it's like a good enough margin that you can call this the best deck. Now, I know you guys realized I didn't put any trap decks on here, and the reason I didn't, and I don't, it's not that I don't think trap decks are good. I think trap decks can be really good if done right. It's just that, like, every time I say this, people always say, well, what about Striker? Like, Striker did this, but Striker topped decks, topped events, but, like, it's like, I just don't see the trap deck, like, winning the event. You know what I'm saying? Like if it does win the event, it was probably, like, the only one or, like, two in, like, top cut, and then, like, you snuck in and you had some tech cards that, like, you drew your tech cards, they drew their cards, like, you know. But I'm going to name some other decks that I think could be good. They're, like, 1.5, tier 2. And these decks are Luna. I think Luna could be, like, really strong. You can still do Infinite Negate. Only thing is, it doesn't nearly have as much consistency as it once had with Tiger. But I think it still has a lot of potential. Guru. I think Guru has a lot of potential. You can play some of the best traps in the game, as well as cards like what's her face? I hate when I forget their name. The Subterror chick. You know what I'm talking about? Don't who negates. But the reason that I think a deck like Guru is just so hard is because if a person goes Lightning Storm, you're forced to use your Judgment. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you have Guru face up, like, you're forced to use your Judgment. And that's the big problem. It's like, now you use your Judgment for that, and now you can just normal something and start doing stuff. And they can just make a plays and, like, get around all your stuff. Another deck I think is really good, could be really good, is Geist. Geist is, like, could be strong, like some of these decks suck, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're just not nearly as powerful as the other decks. And Spy is like a sleeper deck that I think, yeah, I did it, I said it. It's like a sleeper deck that can potentially do well. Like, you do get to stack your opponent's deck with your own, and you keep putting your opponent behind the 8 ball by giving them cards like Nibiru to draw for turn when you've already established that you're not going to be putting five monsters or 5 summons on boards anymore, and so now they're stuck with this Nibiru that they're going to draw for turn instead of a card to help them, like, actually deal with the problems. But that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching this video. I hope this helps you. Like I said, a lot of my information I got from just watching videos and just seeing, like, what people have been playing over since the ban list. Since the ban list first was announced, people were straight to Unlimited, and I've been on Unlimited too, just watching, because I just want to kind of learn, like, what people want to do, just so I can, like, strategize on how I want to beat this deck, or see what decks that are really good, and see, like, what fits what I want to do. Because, like, don't get me wrong, I think Rocket's the best deck, but if I'm gonna play Rocket, I don't know, because I might not be in the mood for to play a combo deck. So like, it just depends. But like I said, guys, leave some comments down below if you have any decks you think should be in the top tier, or you think should be in the up and coming. And guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and as always, feel the vibe. Later, guys.